Good day, boxing fans. Saturday night, the 22nd of February. It's an absolutely stacked card, and we've got the rematch between Artur Beterbiev and Dmitrii Bivol for the undisputed light heavyweight championship of the world. Last time out, Beterbiev won a razor-close majority decision. Can Dmitrii Bivol this time get all the belts in his grasp? If you want to break down the fight with me, then stick around. Right, the story of the last fight. Dmitrii Bivol showed the superior feat. He showed perhaps a bit better boxing skills than Artur Beterbiev, and he pulled ahead early in the fight, but as the fight wore on, Beterbiev's steady pressure started getting to Bivol, and he started to put Bivol on the back foot and a defensive shell for parts of the second half of the fight, and in the end he won a majority decision. A great fight by both fighters. There were those that felt that Bivol did enough to win. I thought it was a very close fight. To me, Artur Beterbiev just edged it, because when he opened up and he was the aggressor for much of a fight, not that Bivol was running, Bivol would stop and he'll exchange, and he had some good explosive combinations on Beterbiev, but Beterbiev took it and carried on and fired back, whereas when Beterbiev was aggressive, and when he was aggressive, he was effective. It's not just like people score fights on aggression, it's ineffective just because the guy is coming forward or happens to be the house fighter. When Beterbiev was aggressive, when he got Bivol cornered, when he let his hands go, he had a lot more effect to me on Bivol than Bivol had on him when he was boxing, when he was opening his hands. You could see in the fifth round, I think it was the fifth round, when Beterbiev, after being outboxed for a while, then suddenly opened up and Bivol looked in distress. Beterbiev was manhandling him, pushing him around the ring. So that to me tells me Beterbiev is a stronger guy with heavier hands. Not that Bivol is a slouch, he can crack too. But what's going to happen in the rematch? This is a hard thing to say. This is another one like the other fight on the card, Caballero and Zhang, where I really don't know who's going to, really not sure who's going to win. And this one is like that too. So each fighter is going to have to do more of what worked for him in the first fight. So this means Bivol is going to have continued boxing. He's going to have to do something to keep Artur Beterbiev off him, and he's hit him with some hard shots, and he couldn't keep Beterbiev off him through the entirety of the fight. He did very well on spots, but Beterbiev did come on, and when he came on, Bivol, I think to my eyes, he came off second best for most of the part. So Dmitrii Bivol was going to have to box, move, hit the body, and do it better than he did last time, and he already did it pretty well in order to win this fight. I can't see him stopping Artur Beterbiev. One way that Bivol can win is more to do with Beterbiev, who's now in his early 40s and is injury prone. If Beterbiev is somehow not 100%, if he's got too many niggling injuries, or if Father Time just slows him down a little bit, slows down his input, that's the thing that's almost unrelated to Bivol. And if Bivol brings that same performance, that might just get Bivol over the cards in a close decision. Judges can be funny. Sometimes if there's controversy, they overplay their hand in the opposite direction the next fight. Beterbiev, he was breathing hard at stages there in their first fight. And can he bring the thunder earlier? Can he bring it more without gassing himself out at the end? That's the big question of Artur Beterbiev. You guys tell me who you got, Beterbiev, Bivol, how do they win, why do they win? Because I've been going back and forth on this one, but for me, from watching the first fight again, it just looks to me like Beterbiev has more of an effect on Bivol when he goes there, and Bivol can't box for 12 rounds immaculately to win 8 clear rounds or even 7 clear rounds. It's going to be close rounds. That's the way I'm thinking here between Beterbiev and Bivol. So it's hard for me to see. I think it's going to be another great fight. It's hard for me to see it going any other way than it did last time. And then you have to sort of bet on the judges who's going to go where on the cards. And I expect another great fight. but I can't see Dmitrii Bivol do better boxing-wise when he did last time out. You know, Beterbiev clearly gets to him, and what he does clearly doesn't stop Beterbiev, you know. He just keeps coming, and that's what I'm thinking. So I'm going to lean with Artur Beterbiev this time by a unanimous decision, but I think it's going to be a close 2-pointer again. I don't think it's going to be a runaway. So I'm going for Artur Beterbiev again in this fight, and that is what I think. Guys, this is going to be a great card in Riyadh. I haven't seen a stacked card like this in any recent memory. I keep thinking back to the Don King days when Tyson was off in the big house and he had to use his other stalls in his huge stable. Those days, we're back to the Don King days of the stacked card in Riyadh. So enjoy it. It's a boxing fan's dream. There's great other fights beside the heavyweights and light heavyweights there as well. Madrimov against Virgil Ortiz is an intriguing matchup, as is Hamza Shiraz against Carlos Adames, and even Callum Smith against Joshua Buatsi. So it's just great fights. I just haven't got the time to reveal all of them. But that's it from me, guys. And as always, remember to keep those hands up.